Alright, so, shut this off. So it is the following day. I did go to the aquarium store. Got myself some algae wafers, of course, big old bag. Because my Plato deserves it. But I got something else while I was there. Of course, I got plants, lots of plants. And, also something else, but on top of the plants. So I got these plants, and I figured they're nice and tall. I like the way they look. This time I'm not going to free root because I seem to have bad luck with free root. So this time I'm planting them in their things, just like this. That's not where they're going, of course. I just dropped them in the tank after I gave them a quick rinse. Gave me a free little bit of Valensaria. Was it? Where was it? Yeah, a little bit of Valensaria just attached to one of those. The roots weren't intertwangled, and it was just a tiny little plant, so it was like, fuck it. It's yours. But I got something else, and I read up on all parameters when I saw it, because I was like, okay, I know the parameters of my tanks and what I like them to be and where they usually are. And I just lost Cories and glass catfish, so I need something else. You know, nothing huge. Nothing that'll disturb the peace of the tank. So I got something. I got two somethings. And I said, okay, this is a neat little fish. I like it. So it's a bottom crawler. And you can probably guess what it is based on the word crawler that I used. No, it's not a Bisher. It's a goby. I got two gobies. Two rainbow gobies. This is them. And apparently they're good for like 80 and 82 like temperature range. Also pH and all that meets about the same requirements. They do require a bit more what is it? I don't remember what it's called, but yeah. But it's fine. So this is they choose like the worst time to turn around to. I'm floating them in this tank because this is the correct temperature I want them in. There they are. They cool looking? Yeah, pretty cool looking. Yes, this tank is still kind of barren. I'm aware of this. I did leave one hide in there because it's not affecting the water quality or anything. And some of the fish need a place to hide from the pleco. I also ordered something for this tank, specifically for this tank. I ordered more Okostone, and a hell of a lot of it. 50 pounds of Okostone. 50 pounds. Let that sink in. Done letting it sink in? Okay, yeah, 50 pounds of Okostone. So when that gets here in a couple days, because PetSmart had it in boxes of 25 pounds for $60. And that's much cheaper than what I found on Amazon. On Amazon, it was much more like, for like 21 pounds of Okostone, you're going to be paying do $120 roughly. $120. 20 pounds? 25 pounds. I can get for $60. So Amazon's ripping me off in that instance. Not Amazon itself, but the seller on Amazon. So I got Okostone, actual Okostone, not fake stuff, that I'm going to be putting in this tank, and it's just going to be turned into like a hardscape tank. So pretty much just rocks, maybe a few sparsely planted beefier plants. Hopefully that won't get eaten by the pleco or whatever. Yeah. So, I got these in here. I'm letting them sit for a little bit. I'm not gonna replant them until I get, all the stuff I want set up. These gobies are going to be living in the quarantine tank, but it's the same temperature as the tank, and I don't want to take the lid off the quarantine tank just yet. So for now, that's where they'll live. This tank still doesn't have a heater, but that's coming in like 8 days, roughly. And then hopefully I won't have to deal with this ever again, because I don't want to deal with this ever again. It is a pain. But at the end of this, I have a feeling that I'll have some very nicely, maybe not very nicely, but nice enough escaped tanks. Yeah. Alright, so I sat down to have dinner when I got alerted to a couple big boxes for me. Heavy boxes. Big heavy boxes. And the second I saw them, I knew what they were. Okostone. 25 pounds a box. And yeah. Foam. I didn't realize how much 25 pounds of Okostone is. I know how much 25 pounds is, but I didn't realize how much it was. I thought it'd be, less. But no. Well, even from how heavy this Okostone was, I was like, it's a fairly heavy rock, must be a lot. Must not be too much, Honestly, I was expecting about half of this.
Two completely chock full boxes. This was completely chock full, but I put one in the sink already and started rinsing it. A big piece, a very big piece. Like this is the size of like a centerpiece in a 20 gallon.
Yeah, and all this cost me less than what I would have spent on Amazon for less than half of it. Amazon has its uses. If you want to buy a heater off Amazon, go for it. You're probably going to find a cheaper heater on Amazon. By a better brand, straight from the company itself. You don't pay the full after. Retail. You don't pay the full retail that you would at a normal store. Yeah. So I got a lot of that now. I was looking at this tank and I looked at that bald spot. And I was like, look, I could smooth all this out again, but what would be the point? So I set myself back a couple days by doing this. And since I was getting Oko Stone anyway, I decided to buy a bag of stratum and a bag of sand. Just to cushion the bottom, because I don't want any Oko Stone or anything to shift. One of the fish to like knock something over if I stack it. I don't want them to do that and then it to hit the bottom of the tank and crack the bottom of the tank. I don't need that mess. I don't want it. So yeah. When it gets here, I'm gonna add all the substrate that I need to this tank. I want a nice little thick level. I say thick, but that's like average. I want like an actual good amount in there of stratum and sand mixture. Once that's all smooth in there, I'll add this Oko Stone. I'm gonna be spending the rest of today washing the Oko Stone, and then it'll dry over the next few days. When I get the sand, I'll finish off with that tank. I'm not gonna move the fish because I'm not gonna disturb them too much. I'll be using up about half of their tank at a time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add it, after I rinse it completely and all that, because you have to do that. I'm going to add it, I don't know what the bucket is, but little Tupperware by Tupperware to just get in there without completely screwing up the tank. And then I'll start adding Oko Stone on top of it. And then when there's Oko Stone down and somewhere for the fish to go, I'll lift the other stuff up, put more down, because I want it to be a nice, even, thick enough little layer. I know there's a lot of people who've got substrate like this. I am not one of those people. I do think that substrate like this can be good for plants, but when it comes to, actually I can add more substrate to the other tank too, which is awesome, so I'll do that with what's left over. Yeah, people got substrate like this, it's good for plants, but I want more water space for the fish themselves, so I'm going to be just adding it thick enough that's going to be basically a layer of protection and cushion against the Oko Stone, because something pokey and heavy, hard, you don't want that, like, oh, the Oko Stone falls over and hits the bare bottom of the tank and it shatters everywhere. No. Bottom of the tank is cracked. Oh no, I'm losing water. Oh, it's all over my floor. Oh, the fish. Yeah, so don't want to deal with that, so I'm doing that now. I'm basically just gonna prep up the Oko Stone. I might save a couple pieces for the 65 gallon, because they look massive. Like, they're massive, right? And there's lots of it, just loads of it. I'm thinking I could save a couple pieces, put in the 65, just have them in like the background. Have them in the back, some plants, snaked in there, all kinds of stuff. Nice, real nice. Real nice. Yeah, that's that's it for this video. I will probably make another video next week when I will put out me putting these tanks when I get the sand, and maybe again when I get the heater and I start actually fixing everything. So peace.